Okay, so sorry about that. I received a phone call back. About a job offer. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with the lesson. So, you know, the day of the Lord is described as death. So mass death is going to reign over the planet when the Lord visits the planet. When the Lord visits the earth, a lot of people is going to die. Okay, there's going to be great sorrow when the Lord returns. Wickedness. The day of the Lord, I wouldn't describe as wicked because the Lord is a righteous power. So, this is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet of Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's what I was doing. Salakia. Yeah, sorrow. The day of the Lord is described as having sorrow, right? That's right. Salakia. That phone call really set me off track. No, Matthew chapter 20, chapter 24, verse 7. Okay. So these are the words of Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. He says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." So the Lord said that there was going to be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. In diverse places. So, in manifold places, right? Famines, starvation, disease, warfare, and earthquakes. So now let's read verse 8, right? Verse 8. Okay, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Why? Because when earthquakes happen, when people starve to death, when people are starving, when there's race wars and civil wars going on, and kingdoms rising up against each other, which leads to wars, people die. And when people die, people sorrow. People cry, they mourn. Okay? So there's nothing nice about the day of the Lord. Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet of Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. So the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Now let's see how Joel 2 verse 2 describes the day of the Lord. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So the day of the Lord is described as a day of darkness and gloominess. Let's look up the definition for gloom. Gloom. The definition of gloom: partial or total darkness. Because let me tell you something, when Yahushua returns, he's coming back in what the world calls UFOs. Okay? He's coming back in what the world calls UFOs. And he's going to be in the biggest so-called UFO when he returns. And his chariot is going to be so big because the so-called UFOs, which the world calls UFOs, they're known as the chariots of Israel. So his chariot is going to be so big that it's literally gonna block out the whole sky. Okay, people are not going to be able to see. People are not going to be able to see the sun. You're not going to be able to see the moon because they're going to be blocked out. So literally, it's going to be dark down here when that time comes. Especially if there's no electricity to keep your streets full of light. Okay. So it's going to be total darkness when the Lord returns. But this darkness, remember, when I looked up the definition of darkness, it goes back to chashak, which means misery. So it's going to be total misery, total destruction, total death, total ignorance, total sorrow when the Lord returns. Okay? It says a dark or shady place, a state of depression or despondency. Okay? Have a dark or somber appearance. Okay? When the Lord returns, he's coming back in a somber manner, man. He's going to be angry. Okay? And a matter of fact, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 7, verse 11. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the true name of who the world calls Jesus. They judge of the righteous. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, is angry with the wicked every day. So when the Lord returns, he's going to be angry. Okay? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 16. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. And his rebuke with flames of fire. Okay? Because it tells you that the Lord is going to be angry when he returns. Verse 16. For by his fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So the Lord's going to kill a lot of people, man. So the Lord's going to come back somber. He's going to come back angry. He's going to come back in a gloomy manner. The Lord is not going to be happy when he returns, like these churches tell you. It says, be or look depressed or despondent. Okay, the Lord is not going to be depressed when he returns. He's going to be angry. He's going to be pissed. He's going to be ready to kill people when he returns. He's going to kill people when he returns. So a day of darkness, okay? A day of misery, destruction, death, ignorance, and sorrow, okay? Obscurity, which we looked up this word obscurity, okay? And of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. The clouds are described as the chariots in the Holy Scriptures. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people on the strong, there have not been ever the like, right? It tells you in the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter and the first verse, that the time that's coming on this planet is unlike any other time that has ever been on this earth. So it's going to get bad out here. Excuse me. Gotta blow my nose. Okay. Neither shall any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So what's coming on this planet is going to be unlike any time that has ever been. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. These are the words of Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. He said, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For by the Lord's sword shall he plead with all flesh. For by his sword and by fire shall the Lord plead with all flesh. So the Lord, when the Lord say that he's coming to bring a sword, what do you do with a sword? You kill people with a sword. So the Lord is coming to kill people. The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. Who pierced Yahweh Shai on the cross? Some Edomite did. And he's alive today, because there is a such thing as reincarnation. So he's going to get it real bad when Yahweh Shai returns. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Why is that? Because for by sword and by fire shall the Lord plead with all flesh. Because a lot of people, they're going to know that when the Lord returns, they're going to know that he's coming to kill. And they're going to shake in their boots. They're going to doodle on themselves. They're going to pee on themselves. They're going to run and tremble while peeing and shitting on themselves. And then they're going to get zapped to powder. Then you're going to see thousands of crowds of people running down the street, running from the Lord. And they're going to get zapped. the Lord's going to zap them. Even so, Aman. So, Lord's will, you were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, it's on to the next one. Shalom.